Hey guys, it's Michael here from GRNDXHUB Agency. If you're unfamiliar and new to what we do, we're a music marketing agency that helps independent musicians, producers attract, grow, and monetize their music careers using paid marketing and also dabbling in some sort of organic marketing as well. That involves the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube advertising platforms and also social media platforms, and pretty much helping you guys get the best out of pushing your music in front of the right sort of audiences in a legit way. So today, the main reason why I'm creating this video, if you're watching it, is just to break down a community that we created and why we created it. So we recently installed something called the GRNDXHUB. It's a platform for members only that allows you to learn amongst other independent musicians and producers, indie record label owners and artist managers. One thing that we've noticed over the last 2 years of supporting hundreds of independent musicians and producers is you can give them the content to learn music marketing, but it's a struggle for them to actually implement and complete the content. So when we've looked through the data of completion, we've noticed that a large percentage of people barely get to 50%, and that's something that we need to improve, because at the end of the day we're doing this to help you guys and ensure that you guys are getting the most from all of the services and knowledge that we provide for you guys to understand how to market your music and grow your audiences, be able to increase your streams and more or less progress in your music career. So today what I'm doing is just gonna run through what GRNDXHUB is and how it's going to help you. So firstly, it's a members only community that is dedicated towards helping you learn and grow amongst other independent musicians and producers. The main aim is for you to be part of this community, and at the end of it, you're going to have an understanding of how to attract new listeners, turn your strangers that are just, passively looking at your music into loyal fans. And most importantly, you want to be monetizing off your music career. So as you can see here, we're on the home page here, and we're just breaking down some of the, core fundamentals that you would get from being in the membership. Understanding the 3 fundamentals, which is how to attract, grow, and monetize. And you may be asking yourself, what does that mean? So how are you presently attracting your audience in order for them to listen to your music? How are you getting your music out there in front of new audiences on a daily basis? The core elements of using paid advertising platforms is to do that for you. So the more you understand these skill sets, that gives you more of a capability to grow. And then when we're talking monetizing, if you're setting up an online presence, you then understand how to set up your website in the right way, how to install, stuff like your pixel on your website and track custom events and, set up funnels. These are all of the stuff that we're going to be discussing inside this membership of the GRNDXHUB. And pretty much just making sure that your online presence is, secure, and you have the skill sets of paid marketing to push your music out there. You understand how to build your systems within your funnel so that you have a fan base journey and people are able to come across your music and purchase of you on a repeated basis. So this is just some breakdown of some of the artists that have trialed the systems and courses and resources that we've put in there already, and it's been able to help them in pushing their music forward in front of a wider audience. So in the GRNDXHUB, what you're going to be getting is up to 6 in-depth music marketing courses that cover YouTube in depth, cover Facebook advertising in depth, Instagram advertising in depth, and any of the new courses or resources that we release. Instead of you having to pay extra charge on it, you will be able to get that free with your membership. On top of that, you have over 12 hours of content. So the courses that I just mentioned above, the 6 courses, they're filled with hours of content. It's not just half an hour videos. These are videos that go in depth on the strategies that you need to be using and the skill sets that you need to be honing on in order for you to become confident in marketing your music. The full vital resources that you get as well, understanding how to use YouTube's platform, Google Ads, understanding how to fully set up your strategy when it comes to marketing your content organically through social media. These are some of the guides that we provide. And then you got to look at your foundations. When you're using paid advertising, what sort of foundations do you set for yourself when it comes to putting out your content? How frequently do you post? How do you decide your hashtags through research? What sort of content do you post? What types of content? So there's multiple ranges of content. You could do memes, you could do video content, you can do voice notes. There's a whole heap. Like, these are stuff that we discuss in the 4 vital resources that you get across different social media platforms and paid marketing strategies and organic strategies that are within these guidelines. One of the most important things as well is we're talking about the monthly guests as well. You would want to learn more than just music marketing, and we understand stuff like branding, understanding how to, apply for funds, managing your finances, understanding how to network more effectively within the music industry. These are all key areas that a lot of independent musicians and producers don't really have the access to in terms of knowledge. So the aim is to have monthly guests that come on, and they're part of the GRNDXHUB, and you get to soak up and absorb all of these gems and key information that you can implement and ask questions to any of the things that you don't understand or the specific problems that you're facing. And one of the things that I've noticed as well is the completion rate that I mentioned in the beginning of this video is due to the fact that some of the independent musicians and producers that have purchased any of the resources or courses that we have, they struggle with the fact that they can't ask the questions to the problems that they're facing, and some of the concepts of marketing, because it's not natural to you, you can get confused with why you're actually implementing it. You just feel like you're following instructions instead of understanding why you're implementing the strategies, so that you get an understanding of how the marketing process works and you're confident and, most importantly, comfortable with the steps that you're carrying out. So fortnightly live Q&As where you can have discussions with me and people that are part of the team to get a full grounded understanding of why you're marketing your music through paid or organic means, and how you can get more confidence in the strategies that you're deploying and implementing to progress in your music career. And lastly, we want to make this members only, so we know that we're only dealing with dedicated independent musicians, producers, artists, managers, and indie record label owners. So we got a private group that we're going to be building and growing, so that you're not only learning by yourself, you're learning part of a community, a music marketing community. I think that's something that's key. So any other questions that you have, that a fellow musician or producer could have this problem as well, and you can answer and ask questions back and forth. So it's a community element, and the key part here is learning as part of a community. So when it breaks down to pricing, we've got 2 sorts of offers. The first is a monthly membership, where it breaks down to being £1 every day, £30 a month. So that's a minimum cost of £1 for you to enter, and you get access to all of the courses and resources we have. So what I'm going to do here is click to some of the courses in there quickly. So as you can see right now, we've got the Facebook plus Instagram, going in depth to how to market your music on Facebook and Instagram. Then you've got the private group here for the members, where you can get access to the monthly special guests that come on and talk about, topics in the music industry. And then you've got the social media blueprint that discusses how to use Instagram in depth to set up your strategy, plus the vital resource guides that are in there as well. So each of these courses will also have the resource guides specific to that platform. And then we've got the starter pack that teaches you the fundamentals that you need to have in place to understand how to market your music through paid means. Without having the foundations, there's no point, dumping money into something where you haven't set up your foundations and understood the system it takes to have success. And then we've got YouTube advertising as well. So these are some of the courses that you have access to, plus the extra perks that I've mentioned. But on top of that, the main thing here is that you've got a community, and you've got access to experienced people that are going to be coming on and giving you the gems that you need. And these things are highly important for you to understand. So inside of the GRNDXHUB, you get result focused marketing. Any other results that we've used for independent musicians or producers to push out their music on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you're going to have access to that knowledge, so you can use it as well. And when it comes to online systems and structures, if you're pushing any sort of online assets, you want to understand how to have a system in place that creates you, repeatable customers, attracts strangers and turns them into loyal listeners. These are the things you want in place. Your funnels, your email marketing, understanding how to put your branding in place as well. These are all the elements that really matter. And most importantly, one of the points that I've stressed is being part of an indie network, having that private group where you can get answers to any other questions that you have, and you can learn and grow amongst people at the same level as you. So whether you're just a beginner or someone that's medium, intermediate, or advanced, you have a group of people that you're learning with. And that's the whole ethos of the GRNDXHUB, to have a community-based learning music marketing hub where you can learn and grow amongst your peers. And most importantly, you're going to get exclusive discounts. Firstly, off the jump, you get discounts in regards to the courses that we have in the GRNDXHUB. If you were to purchase them on a singular basis, it will rack up to amount of up to $3,000, whereas in the GRNDXHUB you're only paying £30 a month, or a yearly access of £330 a year. So that's a discount from the offset. But there's other discounts when we start collaborating with other music industry brands and any of the softwares companies that we also align ourselves with. We're going to be getting exclusive discounts for you to have access to, and we'll be sharing that directly in the GRNDXHUB first and exclusively in that group, so anyone else won't be able to have access to that. So this is just a rundown of what the GRNDXHUB is, what it's going to do for you, and why I advise you to join it. It costs a minimum of £1 a day, which is £30 a month. You get access to 6 courses, any of the courses we produce in the future. You get access to monthly guests that come on and talk about key aspects of the music industry that you need to understand. You also get access to fortnightly live Q&As where you can get answers to any other questions, marketing wise, and anything else that contributes towards you pushing your music out there. And you get access to the 4 vital resources that you need across major platforms online, so that you can start understanding the foundations and how everything works and fits together, so that you can learn how to attract new listeners, keep your existing listeners, and learn how to monetize your music career. And these are some of the key things that you need in order to progress. So what I advise you to do, I'm going to leave the link to join in the GRNDXHUB, and so you can find more information in the caption. So if you've made it this far, make sure you read the caption, check that out, tap the link. And if you've got any questions, be sure to DM me or send us an email. And yeah, definitely check it out and join the GRNDXHUB and be part of a community.